Head on over to www.sentinmo.com for all your merchandise needs. Shot glasses, aprons, t-shirts, tumblers, whatever you need for the home, whatever you need for the business, whatever you need for your channel. Be sure to use that promo code TV Nation for 20% off your order.
What's up, T&V fam? Welcome back to T&V Nation. It's your girl, Tawana.
And your boy, Vaughn, and we are back with another video.
Yes.
We're starting something that we're calling our food tour of Africa. This is episode 1. And in this episode, we went to Ethiopia. So we're trying Ethiopian food for the first time.
So excited, y'all. It looks and smells delicious.
So let's tell you what we got here. Do you remember the name of your dish?
I don't remember the name of my dish. It was
Yodoro
tips.
Tibbs.
Tibbs.
Yeah.
Yodoro tibbs, which is chicken breast strips with jalapeno, onion, and a butter sauce. Sounds tasty, doesn't it?
And I got a vegetarian combo. It comes with 5 different vegetarian sides, basically. Vegetable sides. So I got something called kik alicha. That's these yellow split peas. Shiro wat. I don't know if I'm saying this stuff correctly, y'all. Shiro wat, which is this chickpea dish. Okra wat. Gomen wat, which is the collard greens.
Oh.
And Kai Sarah. Sarah, I'm probably Sere, S-E-R-E. So I'm going to put these names on the screen. But that's this beet and carrot thing. And then we have this eggplant dip. And one of the things we learned is that one of the main parts of eating Ethiopian is this spongy bread called injera.
Injera?
I'm probably not saying that right.
I know, we don't know how to say it.
But this is our eating utensil. They don't eat with forks and knives and all that kind of stuff. They use this. So we're going to get it in.
I want to taste.
Yeah, thumbnail.
Yeah, let's do that. I want to hold it up. I want to taste the injera, whatever, injera, I don't know, first. Although I'm scared. Y'all see, this is the front. Look at the back, how spongy. It's literally like a sponge. Okay, want to taste it?
You say you wanted to taste the injera by itself, huh? Chickpeas are good.
Yeah? You don't want to taste? Eggplant dip.
You offer them a taste?
Y'all want some? Y'all eating that. Y'all always eating something good over there. The eggplant dip. Looks like a pita bread. Look like.
Get at these greens.
It's so good.
These are collard greens, y'all.
You like?
The greens, you can taste them by themselves.
The spongy texture is funny.
The greens have kind of a tart flavor.
Oh, I think tart flavor is like part of the Ethiopian flavor. That's what I was reading.
How's the chicken?
It's good. Taste it. You gonna taste it just plain?
And then with the injera.
I like.
It's good. Like a taco.
Like a taco. So I'm gonna taste your chickpeas, but I'm gonna wait until you taste everything so you can tell me what you like the best.
Did you taste the injera by itself?
I mean, I say that, but it already has some juices on it. So, I guess not really. I do like this eggplant dip. Did you taste it?
Mm-mm.
So my dish is a little spicy. Is yours? I noticed mine has spice.
None of mine so far are spicy.
Oh, jalapeno. Remember? Jalapeno right here.
Going in with these beets and carrots.
I don't eat beets. So this is a different bread. So we got the pita bread. I don't know what kind of bread.
The eggplant dip is good.
Really good.
So I've tasted everything. So
What do you like the best?
what's the time between the okra and the split peas?
Oh, I like the chickpeas. I didn't try the split peas.
You tried the chickpeas?
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. I didn't try the split peas.
Try everything.
No, I'm not trying everything because you know that okra and me.
And the beets.
Texture and beets.
And these things are huge, y'all. I mean, I can't pick up the whole thing without tearing. I guess that's the point.
It's good. Ooh, the jalapeno with them seeds. That's why it's hot. Y'all trying to do me like that? I haven't tasted this bread yet, so I'm gonna taste this bread.
It's good.
Good stuff.
So what y'all eating on today? And if you've had Ethiopian food before, let us know which dishes you liked. If you're Ethiopian, are we eating this correctly?
Right. We need to know. We know we're probably not saying the names correctly. But, I feel like the eggplant a little spicy too. Did you?
So as we promised y'all, this is our first ever Mental Health Monday video. So in addition to trying this Ethiopian food, we're going to talk about a mental health topic. And what we decided to start off with is common use of mental health terms and diagnoses, just in everyday language, just in everyday conversation. Y'all know how you hear people say, my friend's so moody. She's so bipolar. Or my mom is constantly cleaning the house. She's so OCD. Things like that.
Yep.
What you think about that?
Or, I'm so depressed today. I'm feeling depressed. I don't want to do anything because I'm depressed. Right? Makes sense to y'all, huh? We're going to explain why it's wrong.
So,
what about y'all? Have you ever heard anybody say anything like that? Using, I like this bread. It's like almost like a fried pita bread. Maybe that's what it is. It's good. But if you ever heard anybody say, use a mental health diagnosis to describe maybe someone's behavior or how someone's feeling in the moment, comment down below types of phrases you've heard. But yeah, we don't tell y'all why it's not accurate to say that. And it can also be offensive to some people who do have an actual diagnosis. Like someone saying, let's say you're talking to a friend about another friend and you say, oh, so-and-so is so bipolar. She gets on my nerves. They so moody. I never know what to expect. And let's say the person you're talking to has an actual bipolar disorder with severe symptoms that require medication, perhaps even hospitalization, symptoms that are not just highs and lows in the mood, which of course, yeah, that's a part of it, but it's not about being moody. It's about someone having a condition where there's chemical imbalance in their brain that causes major depressive type of episodes and what we call manic episodes, and they can't control it. And it's not even something that's always, it doesn't have to be triggered by a circumstance. If someone is moody and you say, oh, she's so bipolar, well, she's mad about something or whatever, she's irritable because there was a precipitant, meaning something triggered that. Someone with bipolar, it's in their brain. It's brain chemistry that's triggering that. And they cannot control it on their own. They usually need medication. Especially if it's a bipolar 1 disorder, which we'll get into the differences when we talk about bipolar. But yeah, that could be offensive to someone that actually has a mental illness that really struggles with that illness and they have a hard time functioning in their lives. And you talking about, oh, so-and-so bipolar because she a little moody. It's the same. It's not.
It's the same. So the example I gave of, my mom cleans up all the time. She's constantly in there cleaning. She's so OCD about cleanliness. If you've ever met someone who had obsessive compulsive disorder, then you know it's about much more than just wanting to be clean.
Yeah.
Even excessively clean is not necessarily the same as OCD.
Absolutely not.
So with obsessive compulsive disorder, well, I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of details, right? Because I don't want to bore you out of that, but it includes obsessions about, and it could be about cleanliness. It could be about orderliness. It could be like counting things. It could be about fear of contamination, but they have an obsession about this. For example, I walk out the door and this thought hits my head. Did I turn all the lights off? Did I leave the stove on? Because I made breakfast before I left this morning. So I come back in the house, come into the kitchen, check the stove. Stove is off, all the lights in the house. I'm walking all over the house, right? Checking to make sure I turned all the lights off. Go back and get in my car. I get a block down the street. I don't know if I turned that stove off. I turn around and come back, right? And I check again. And while I'm in here, I might as well check the lights because maybe I missed one when I checked the last time. Go back, get in my car. I get all the way to the freeway. I don't know, that stove might be on. If I leave the stove on, if I left that stove on, this whole house could burn down.
Yeah.
That's an obsessive thought. And then that leaves me compelled, that's the compulsion, to come back and check. That's much more than being excessively clean,
Because go ahead, I'm sorry.
Because the key factor in anything that we diagnose is that it interferes with your ability to live life.
That's all I
I'm probably going to be late, like really late to work every single day if that's what I'm doing. If I'm cleaning the house to the extent that I'm using bleach on everything and people can't even come in the house and my hands are all peeling and stuff because I've been using bleach and scrubbing like crazy or whatever, that's interfering with my life.
That's some OCD. That's real obsessive compulsive disorder, y'all. So just because you got someone that is like just a germaphobe and super focused on cleanliness, that's not OCD. Or if maybe someone has, a habit that they feel compelled to do, that's not even OCD. Let's say someone does have a habit where, okay, when I leave the house, I'm not really sure if I lock the door, so I go back and check one time. Let's say I even do that every day. I have enough time, I get to work on time, it doesn't cause me any problems. Or let's say I forget to do it, it doesn't freak me out that I forgot to check. It's not OCD. But it's understandable, how you all could use those terms to describe a behavior. But a mental illness is a condition that someone has as a result of biochemistry in the brain. And so it's not the same. So, we just want to talk about that. And also with depression, y'all, I get real irritated when anyone says, not be someone that I know that they suffer with major depressive disorder and they're depressed, then obviously, they're depressed. But when I hear someone use depression to describe a feeling, oh, I'm depressed today. I'm just going to stay home and watch Netflix or whatever. Are they depressed or are they just feeling down? Are they feeling sad that day? Mm-hmm. Are they just having low energy or they're just not in the best mood? That's not the same as depression. Depression is a set of symptoms that causes one to have the condition depression, which we call major depressive disorder. It's not just feeling sad or down. That's a part of it, but it's so much more to that.
Here's a good example. Someone in the family dies, and let's say there's a family member at the funeral, just maybe the closest person to that person, and they're laying, everybody else is walking around talking and eating and all this kind of stuff. This person just goes somewhere and lays down, lay down in the bed or whatever. And they say, yeah, leave her alone. She's depressed. Her mom just died. Is she depressed or is she sad and grieving the loss of her mother, which is normal? It's normal to be sad when you've lost someone that you love. Mm-hmm. That's not depression. Now, it could turn into depression, mm-hmm. but we don't immediately call it depression when it's a normal reaction to something.
Again, I'm going to tell you the problem with that. Because some of y'all might be thinking, well, what difference does it make when, if that's how we talk amongst each other and we know we're not talking about the actual illness? Because you never know when you might offend somebody. Just because someone looks okay doesn't mean that they're not. And let me tell you why this becomes a problem, especially this depression thing. Because I've worked with so many families where the identified patient who actually has major depressive disorder is attacked and misunderstood by other family members because you know what they say? I get depressed too. I just get up and do what I gotta do. I pull myself up by my bootstraps. I don't just lay there because I get depressed. We all get depressed. Why you can't just do what you need to do? We all have depression. No, we all don't. And that's the problem. So that the person who suffers with depression can be debilitating. Mm-hmm. The last I read, depression was the number one reason people end up on disability. Mm-hmm. So this is a serious condition. And when you're telling someone who really suffers with depression that you get depressed too, everybody gets depressed, just pull yourself up and do what you got to do to get yourself together. Well, that person feels unheard, unsupported, and probably shameful because they think, well, something must be wrong with me. If everybody else gets depressed and they can pull themselves out of it, then what's wrong with me?
Right.
Because everybody doesn't have depression, and so that's why you have to be careful how you use those terms because you never know how it's affecting people.
Along the same lines, another problem with that is that what if you're one of these people who goes through life thinking that way? We all get depressed. Mm-hmm. I was depressed before because I lost my job, and I just kicked myself in the butt at some point and said, just get out there and get back to looking for a job. What if you actually do get depressed? What if you actually come down with clinical depression and now you can't get out of bed and you can't fall asleep? And you start losing your appetite. You start having all those symptoms. Well, you've already convinced yourself that basically there's no such thing as real depression, that we all get depressed sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I should be able to just pull myself out of this. Well, when someone says to you, seems to me like you're depressed, man, like you're going through a depression, maybe you should go talk to somebody. It's going to be hard to convince you of that.
Right.
Because you think you've been through this before and you just pulled yourself out of it.
Yep.
Not realizing now you're actually depressed. Mm-hmm. You weren't those other times you kept saying that, but now you actually are. Mm-hmm. So, something I like to compare it to is, we don't say, man, I've had a sweet tooth all week. I've been eating chocolate and candy and stuff like that. I'm so diabetic this week. Like, we don't say things like that. But for some reason with mental illness, we say that.
Mm-hmm. Makes no sense.
So think about how ridiculous that would sound. It's the exact same thing. Mental illness, these are real illnesses.
Yeah.
That exist. They exist in the body. Exactly. They don't exist philosophically or theoretically in mind.
They exist in the body and the brain, and that's why it requires actual treatment. So
I'm eating with these pitas and stuff.
They good, huh?
Mm-hmm. They good with everything.
I know they are good with everything. Instead of the injera, you can swap it out with the pita.
Did you try any of this other stuff? I know you tried the beets and the okra. You tried the split peas?
Mm-hmm. I tried that and chickpeas.
The greens?
You acted like you said something about the greens. You act like they weren't that good.
I said they're a little tart. Y'all know we used to eating greens, so you're expecting a certain flavor.
Yeah, we eat green.
But y'all comment down below what you think about that topic.
You might totally disagree. That's okay. You might, and it's okay if you want to, continue to use those terms to describe behaviors and moods. But
we can't stop you anyway.
It's just it can be offensive to some people, and if you do, hopefully not. But if you do, unfortunately, someday develop a mental illness, you might not take it as seriously, or you might feel like something's wrong with you because you believe that what you experience, it's going to be the same as what you thought you experienced before, and it's not. No.
So what's your what do you call it, judgment?
By what?
Your rating of Lucy Ethiopian.
Everything? Or what I'm eating?
The things you ate. The things you tasted.
Y'all, the things I tasted.
1 is disgusting. 2 is delicious.
2?
I mean 10.
Okay, I will say that, honestly, I really, really, really like this chicken. I would even give it a 10. I rarely give a 10. You know that. I rarely give anything a 10.
She didn't give me a 10.
What? I gave you a 10. You a 10, baby. You know you're a 10. I like the flavor. I like the spice level. I like how the chicken is cooked. I like chicken. Like, this is my kind of dish. Chicken and veggies with some spice and some sauce. Like, I probably eat it every day. I give it a 10. What was that? The eggplant dip. That was really good to me. I would give it probably an 8. With the pita bread and the fried whatever kind of bread. The injera, was it injera?
Injera.
The injera.
Injera.
Doesn't really have a flavor to me. It tastes like, it's kind of like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of tofu. It's spongy. It doesn't really have a flavor. It tastes like whatever you're eating it with, just like tofu. So, for that reason, I give it like a 5. I'm neutral on it because it don't really taste like nothing.
Injera?
Injera.
You taste something? Yeah, the injera.
Injera.
Your only taste 2 of your things, the chickpea and the split pea. I give them both an 8. But I really, really, really like the chicken, y'all.
My top 2 dishes, honestly, are the okra and the beets.
Really?
Actually, it's a tie between.
2 that I wouldn't eat.
It's a tie between the beets and the split peas. I would give all 3 of these: the okra, the split peas, and the beets. I would give them a 9. The greens I would give a 6.
Dang.
The chickpeas 7. The eggplant a 9. And the chicken, you know what? So the chicken.
You don't like chicken?
I like the chicken. The chicken I would give an 8. It is delicious, y'all. It really is. But it doesn't give me. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to say it's not Ethiopian because obviously it is.
Oh.
It's very. I expected something different from what I've ever had, because Ethiopian food is very different from like Mexican and American and everything else.
These aren't unusual flavors, right? These are flavors that we're accustomed to that we eat all the time. I guess that's why I gave it a 10.
It tastes like chicken fajita.
That's probably why I gave it a 10. Because that's what it is. That's what I'm used to. I could put this on a tortilla. For real. No.
The only difference is it's a little greasy.
It's a butter sauce.
Okay.
It's a butter sauce, which makes it good. Y'all know them butter sauces be good.
It's oily.
And the thing is, I mean, we say Ethiopian food is different. It's supposed to be different. We
From what
assume,
we're accustomed to, right?
but maybe some of the food that they eat is not all that different. I mean, I don't know if there's something that they create in the Western culture for us, or if this is something they actually eat. The place seems really authentic, so I imagine this is an authentic dish that they actually eat. Because sometimes we don't know, y'all. Sometimes there are similarities, I think, in food, and it crosses over, and you don't really know that until you start trying different foods. You know?
They want to see you try the greens before we
Yeah. This is the thing. I'm not really a greens eater like that anyway. If I eat greens, they're going to have some hot sauce and some vinegar. And
hot sauce and vinegar?
yeah, both. Some vinegar and some hot sauce on top.
Okay.
But if he didn't really like them, because he gave him a 6,
I didn't say I didn't really like them.
But you gave him a 6. That's a really low rating. So
that's about average. That's okay. Right in the middle.
But compared to everything else on your plate and the face you made when you first put it in your mouth, I bet I won't like it.
Taste it.
I don't want to leave that on my palate because I don't plan on eating anything else right now. So I'm gonna be safe and not.
So again, give us your comments about anything else you want to say. Because she like to hit me after I'm done.
I know. Then I'll be like, wait, I'm gonna say something. I want to say that if you have any topics that you would like us to discuss on Mental Health Mondays, if you have any questions about any type of mental health issue, anything that you want to ask, feel free to leave your questions below. If you feel uncomfortable posting a question because you think other people are going to see it and you have concerns about that, you can email us. It's our T&V Nation email address on
it's in the description, but I'll say it now. T&V, and is spelled out. TANDV Nation 17 at gmail.com.
Right. So you can email us privately if you don't want everybody seeing your question or your comment. Feel free to do that. But we're excited about this Mental Health Mondays, y'all. I think mental health is a subject that our community really needs to take seriously. We need to get on board, especially right now. We as a people are being traumatized over and over again, especially by these black shootings. We should not have to see our people getting killed. We have been witnessing our people getting killed before our eyes on television. So that is an issue in our community. People are traumatized, and trauma can turn into PTSD, which we're going to do a video about that. And you don't have to experience something personally. You can witness it. You can have secondary trauma. And we got COVID. You have people, we've been in isolation for a long time, especially our kids, our babies, y'all. Their whole worlds have been turned upside down. They've been stuck inside. They can't go to school. You never know what's going on with these kids. So be talking to them. But we need to take mental health seriously. We need to make sure we're on top of our mental health just as we are our physical health. And we might not be doing that too, so let's do that too. We got to keep ourselves well, y'all. That's all I wanted to say.
So I'm going to close it out, y'all. Make sure you comment, subscribe, like, share this video, and we will see y'all on the next one. T&V Nation out.
Bye.